welcome into Spiritual Roots Podcast with me, Misty. Today we're welcoming in Alicia Rawson. Alicia is the founder of Starship Temperance LLC, a psychic Reiki master and spiritual medium. She is well known for giving accurate psychic readings through entering and opening herself to other realms. Alicia is a professionally certified consultant who uses her gifts of intuition to offer guidance to all of her clients, encouraging them to move in a positive direction to better face the challenges that may lie ahead. Alicia's specialty areas include connections to loved ones who have passed, quantum Reiki, numerology, guidance for future goals and desires, inner growth and spiritual development, and assisting in cases of missing persons. Welcome, Alicia.
Ooh.
Thank you so much.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're recording video this time, first time around, so everybody peep the beautiful scenery behind her. So excited. She's in
It is
Jamaica.
beautiful.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Well, let's open it up. Is there anything that you want to say or bring up front before we get started?
Sure. I would just want to say thank you for the opportunity,
Yes.
obviously. I love seeing other women follow their passion and have courage and take the chance. So I'm really proud of you, first of all. Um,
Thank you.
second of all, it's like, yeah. Second of all, it's like, how's everybody doing with this energy? Like, wow, it's crazy, right? This
Oh my
whole
God.
transformation, like,
I don't know about you. I've been super ragey. I mean, like abnormally ragey for myself. I'm usually very even keeled. I had a
yeah.
moment, so we had the new moon that happened. Up to that, I was like, I got angry at like the littlest things. And I was like, I want to bite your fucking head off. I want to punch
hmm
you in the face. That's not me.
Yeah.
But I mean, those feelings definitely came up for me. That was rough.
Yeah.
And I had a
Well,
touch of
it's
it over the
triggering.
last week, coming up
Yeah,
on
well,
the
it's
full moon.
triggering.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's like triggering stuff that we thought we dealt with too. So it's like you could be like totally fine thinking you healed from something, and then you smell an onion and you're like, rah! Like
Yeah.
that's it's normal right now.
You are
So you're not
so
alone.
right. Oh my God. I have a close friend. I have several close friends, but one that I was speaking with recently, and I'm like, I don't know about you, sister, but I am like rage machine. And she was like, me too. So
Yeah.
we are not alone. It's
And
wild
let
out
me
there.
tell you, yeah. And let me tell you what I think it is. I think it's because we're in the last phase of the ascension, or we're in this last phase of the transition. And I feel like, right, the ego devil, right? It has its very last opportunity to like fucking control you. And
Yeah.
so, like, right now, it's like, we're going to trigger the shit out of you. How are you going to handle it? Are you going to react? Are you going to recognize your old behaviors and say, wow, like, no? And, so I feel like it's the littlest things right now. And the ego is like just taking that littleness and saying, I'm going to eat the shit out of it. And I'm going to make you doubt what you're doing, where you're living, who you're with, what you're doing, what you're doing, what you're doing.
Yes.
So,
Oh my
so if you're
God.
feeling those things,
Right.
yeah, that's normal.
Oh my God. It has been so rough. I mean, the smallest things. And you are so right. Like getting triggered, how do I deal with that? And normally I would go to alcohol for that or whatever my vice
Right.
was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you're so spot on.
Yep.
And thankfully, I've been doing really well, um, trying to talk it out instead of act it out. Does that make sense?
Well, yes, congratulations.
Yeah,
No, it's hard, and
it
it's
is.
part of the whole transitional phase. It's all part of leaving behind the old self and the old patterns and bringing in the new self and what what your purpose and your path is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm excited. Like I can feel a shift is coming. I just don't know what the hell it is. Do you know what I mean?
hmm
And I had another
hmm
friend say that the other day. Like you can feel it. It's palpable. I just don't know what the shift is. I won't know
Oh
until it
yeah.
happens.
Well, I think it's based off of fear. So I think it's like what is the last part you're afraid of? What do you hold a serious fear of? Is it financial? Is it relationship? Is it, what is it? Is it courage? Is it putting your, whatever
Mm-hmm.
the biggest, deepest fear you've ever had in your whole life, starting at childhood, following you up? That's what's being triggered right now. That's what's saying, hey, do you trust it? Do you trust that right now you owe this, this, and this, but it's going to be there when you need it to be?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you going to trust that when you start a podcast, it's going to be successful? Like, right
Yeah.
now, it's doing that. It's literally the last test of, are you going to take the chance to take the opportunity, even though it's unknown, or are you going to step back and repeat cycles?
Right. And oh my God, you are so correct. Like the shit that I'm dealing with, like mentally, you're so true. You're so accurate. Where like fear, and
Mhm.
whoever's listening or watching this, you can relate, I'm sure. But for me personally, as you're talking, it's definitely fear. It's definitely things from my childhood. So you're right on with that, and just trying to work through that. And
Right.
that's where
And
I'm at.
yeah, and I feel like for me, we all work through our trauma differently, right?
Hmm.
And I think for me, what has helped is shadow work, obviously, recognizing your pain and working on forgiveness, but also recognizing the behavior. So, like, if something comes up, instead of reacting, you recognize, oh, well, obviously, whatever somebody says to you is a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves. So,
Hmm.
what it's doing is it's triggering something. So, if you can step back and say, okay, this is triggering my abandonment issues, which is why, I stay in a toxic relationship
Yeah.
or whatever, whatever your case may be, right? It's it's due to that fear that is instilled in your memory in your muscles, right?
Yeah.
Your memory in your muscles. And it's like you have to be willing to really detox not just your mind, body, and soul, but also your physical body.
Hmm.
Like, and it all comes with working on that shadow work and working on forgiveness.
Yeah. You have to start literally from within. You're so right about detoxing your body too. Absolutely. This past week, I'm just going to go back to me because this is just my experience in this whole
Yeah.
energy shift that's happening. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, I ate like complete shit. And you feel it.
Mhm.
You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
So you're so correct about that. You are so on it. So thank you for
Well,
bringing
that's what
that
I
up.
was gonna, yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say is that it's like everything's gonna start to change now. And this includes habits, eating habits, your daily habits, your
Hmm.
routines. Like everything is gonna start to change now. And even clothes, style, everything that you once were, those things are not gonna be who you are now. So, like,
Yeah.
even like, let me tell you what I noticed most of all. Kraft macaroni and cheese. Okay. Because
Let's talk
let
about
me
it.
tell you, let's talk about Kraft macaroni and cheese, okay? Because let me tell you, I'm a vegetarian, okay? So like, but I still eat cheese, and but everything else is plant based. And like, so I go to macaroni and cheese like when I'm in Jamaica, Kraft, because it's like, it's like it's nostalgic, and you know what it's gonna taste like, and like whatever, it's just Kraft macaroni and cheese. And so like, I ate it the other day, and I was like, oh, this is what it tastes like.
Right?
I was like, I can't eat this shit anymore. I was like,
Yeah.
what am I doing?
You're
Like,
so right. Yeah. Well, you were holding on to a piece of nostalgia, like you said, or a taste of home. You've
yeah,
been in Jamaica for a long time now. Whatever your feels were, you're completely right. So you go for that, and when you've changed your eating habits or any habit that hasn't been healthy for you, and you go back to something that's old and
mhm,
warming to your soul because that's what you used to go to for comfort, it can be so repugnant and you're like, what am I doing?
yeah,
You're so spot on with that. Yeah.
it's wild. Like,
Mhm.
because I do eat, like, even if I went to the grocery store here, it's still all from the farms. It's still all farm food. So, like, it's not like the grocery stores where we live. Like, in America, it's like
Yeah.
not all just owned by a couple of companies. It's like each farmer farms cucumber. One farmer farms tomato. Like it's not Monsanto that farms
Okay.
everything. It's like
Yeah.
you specialize in scallion or you specialize in, carrot. Like that's what it
Wow.
is.
That's
Yeah, it's
pretty
pretty. I
cool.
mean, I mean, going through this transition, I feel like, I mean, I personally have lost a ton of weight, but
Yeah.
like, I feel like it's because you're releasing. The more that you work on your worry, fear, shame, and guilt, the more you work on releasing that, the
Hmm.
more you're gonna release physical weight too, because you're releasing, psychic weight, right?
Absolutely. Yes. I've talked about it many times. I will talk about it until the cows come home. 2019, that absolutely happened to me through 2020. That's when I went through my big spiritual awakening, and that's when I lost a lot of weight. So it's all cyclical. We're all connected that way in our own bodies. Mind, body,
Oh, for
spirit, it's
sure.
legit. You're so
I
correct.
feel like I feel like this year, I mean, I can count this year alone three separate, maybe four separate huge awakenings like that happened this year alone. There's just been so many planetary alignments and changes that not anybody on earth has ever seen or experienced right now. So like
Wow.
all this stuff is all new.
Yeah. I'm not super up on astrology, so if you want to expand on that, that'd be amazing just for me and whoever's listening. But yeah, if you want to expand on that, that'd be
Well,
awesome.
I mean, I don't know a lot about astrology either. I just try to, like, in my monthly predictions, I try to do like what's happening on
Yeah.
certain dates with the astrology because it's
Mm-hmm.
like important.
Absolutely.
But I know that there's been different planets that are moving into like Venus and Libra and all these different planets that are moving that haven't been there. And it's like,
Gotcha.
I'm a huge fan of Dolores Cannon,
Mm-hmm.
huge, right? And she talks about this in all of her books, and she has been talking about this for so long. Like, and it's about not just the astrology, but like every human that's on earth right now has chose to be here through the helping of the physical earth get to this new ascension, to
Mm-hmm.
this new higher consciousness. So it's like the different waves of, star seeds or angels or whatever you want to call us, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever, there's all these different names, like whatever label you want to put on it. We chose to be here right now to help with this high of consciousness.
Yeah.
Like, we're here to bring the bullshit to the light. We're here to say, what is this? What is that? News is not real. Food is poison. Plants are medicine. Like,
Yes.
that's what this is all about right now, which is why you're seeing, volcanoes and water and all this shit happening because the earth is expanding. Literally, it's expanding. So, like, all the water or the, lava, whatever, it has to go somewhere because
Mm-hmm.
the earth is like, shit, we're going through a huge transformation. It's the earth, it's humans, it's outer space, it's
Yeah.
the ocean, it's everything.
And it's wild and you can feel it
Right. And
100%.
but the thing is that we chose to be here, and there's chosen ones or star seeds or whatever you want to
Mm-hmm.
call it that are walking around still asleep.
Yeah.
And you're like, why? Wake up. We have a job to do. We're here for a purpose.
That's
Like,
right.
it's now or never. Like, get the fuck out of your ego.
Yeah. And I think that slowly people are starting to wake up, slowly but surely.
Hmm.
Even if it's a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit at a time. I've seen it with some
And,
people that I know that I was like, whoa, you're doing what now? You know what I mean?
hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
definitely happening. But you're right. If
Oh,
people
for
start to
sure.
recognize that and start to work it, get on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the Great Awakening. This is like the Renaissance of now. And,
Yeah.
you know, I I also have had an uptick of clients of men because it's like they want
Really?
to know. Oh, I can't believe it. Like,
I love
uh,
that.
yeah, and it's like and it's like husbands of wives of my clients, or men that have like, oh, I've never done this before, so I'm curious. And it's
I love
like,
that so
yeah,
much. I
it's 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 amazing.
It is amazing, and I'm so glad that you brought that up because I don't think men get a lot of credit, especially the ones that are willing to accept this type of information and want to learn more. So I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you brought that to the light here because there's more of an acquaintance. I know who they are, but they're starting to do things that they're like, I never have done this before. And whatever it is, maybe it's not spiritual, but it's something that they want to learn and expand on. So I think that's a great point that you brought up that, people are coming to you, men are coming to you saying, what's this
Men.
about? Yeah, that's a
And
big deal.
all ages. It's a huge deal. And also, if you read Dolores Cannon or watch her, like, I'm a huge fan. Like,
I've
she
watched her on
answers a
YouTube.
lot
Yeah,
of,
I follow her on YouTube. I haven't watched any recent videos, but yes, I know what she's
yeah,
about.
she's got, she just was way ahead of her time. She was
Hmm.
so far ahead of her time. And she talks about how there's more men empaths on this planet than female, but it's just been programmed to be like, men don't cry, men
Hmm.
can't be sensitive, men can't, do empathic things.
Right. Yeah. My
I mean, you
this
look at a hospital. Look at a
Yes,
hospital. There's way more men working in a hospital than
absolutely.
there are females.
And as nurses too.
This is what I'm this is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Mhm.
My husband's very empathic. That's all I'm gonna because he wouldn't want me to bring that up a whole lot, but he is one that's also empathic, very much so. So props to the men that are coming forward and saying, "Hey, I might also be enlightened and I'd like to learn more about that. Please show me, please teach me. What can I do?" I love that so much.
Yeah, it's really cool. And like, in Florida, like, because now I live in Florida too, like every like once a month they have on Siesta Key, this guy Michael, he does like this masculine circle, and like it's yeah, it's like
Really?
all these just spiritual
I
guys
love
that go out
that.
and like yeah, and they just like it's like it's a manifestation, it's a meditation, it's a soul connection, right?
I love that. A men's
Yeah.
circle. That is amazing.
Yeah,
We hear about
it's
women's
pretty
circles all
cool.
the time about how we want to connect,
Hmm.
which I adore because that is
Right,
something
me
I
too.
never did. I've always been in my very masculine, just going out getting hammered, hanging out with the guys, you know, dressing in masculine clothes, which I still enjoy. But I mean, like,
Mhm.
rock and roll t shirts, which I still love to wear. But,
Yeah.
I met my husband in a pair of skater sneakers, cut off camo shorts, and a Judas Priest sweatshirt. Do you know what I mean? At a bar.
Yeah.
So I was in that
Hmm.
masculine energy for so long. Now
Hmm.
I'm coming into the more feminine side as I get older and connecting with my friends who I have a more spiritual bond with. Because when I was in that energy, I just wanted to hang out with the dudes because they were more fun, right?
Right. Yeah. They skip all the bullshit, but
That's
I
right.
don't think I don't think that's entirely true though, because I've hung out with some guys that have more drama than females. So,
The dudes I hung out with, we skipped over the bullshit.
yeah. But
Party on.
we're also coming into a feminine energy year too. So like 2026 is going to be a feminine year. So everybody's going to be a little bit more feminine.
Mm-hmm. Getting into that power.
Yeah.
Well, Alicia, do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Let's go.
Because I want to
Ask
hear a little bit of
questions.
backstory. So, what spiritual roots brought you to where you are now?
Deep. Okay, so I am a numerology. Let's talk a little bit about
Love
that,
it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So you were born on a birthday, right? On a birth time. And all this is super significant to like what your life is going to be and what your life purpose is. You have 27 numbers in your numerology chart, but for me specifically, I feel like, and every numerologist is different, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't consider myself a numerologist. I just know numbers. So like, um, so depending on what your birthday is, right? So I was born October 8th, right? And so my birth number is 8, but my life path number is 2911. And you have what are master numbers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so you have master numbers that are like 11, 22, right? 33, right?
I'm
So,
33.
and yeah, exactly. So you just come in at a little bit of a higher vibration because if you think of master numbers and not in an egotistical way, it's
Mm-hmm.
like you think about masters like in college, right? To get your master's degree, you have to kind of complete this, 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 and this, right?
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
so when you come in as a master number, you are already coming in kind of completed all of these reincarnations, if that's what you believe in. And
Okay.
so I believe in reincarnation. And so, like, you've already kind of mastered all of this. And now we're like, okay, now we're here to do this, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so, you as a master 33 are here to master your intuition because every time your first thought in your head, you go with your second thought. So, it's like, you have to listen to what your gut is telling you. You're literally here to master that, right? And
Yeah.
then to use those creative ideas and help people of the world. So I was born with a life path number 2911. And all the 2911s have the gift of the psychic medium,
Okay.
right? You look at 11, the seen and unseen. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm literally a walking fucking portal. That's what, like, I could tell you the shit I see down here, even. Like,
I
it's
bet.
crazy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm a literal walking portal, right? So my spiritual awakening was led up from when I was a little kid because I would always tell my mom, hey, blah, 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 blah. When I was 2, my cousin told me a couple months ago that when I was 2, I was missing. And in the 80s, they had funerals in the houses. And
Okay.
so nobody could find me. And so I was missing around the house and nobody could find me. And when they found me, I was literally having conversation with my dead grandmother's sister that I was at this funeral for. And I was 2 years
Wow.
old, like literally having and they were like, you were at the foot of her bed. So that should have been the first indication. But
Wow.
like growing up, I would have all these experiences and I would tell my mom about it. But my mom was a super Catholic. So like we would fucking end up in church on Sunday. And like I would be like, what are all these people chanting about? Like this shit is whack. It's not for me, bro. So I stopped saying things because like I didn't
Yeah.
want to go to church. Like, yeah, that's real. So growing up, like obviously I still saw things, I still felt things, I still, growing up, my mom was also extremely sick. And so like I would know things like I would know things about her that if they weren't telling me, I would still know things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so she passed away when I was 29. And
Oh,
so
wow.
it's like, right?
Got
And
it.
so when she passed away, it was like, where the fuck did you go?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
I know that you didn't just die. Like, bitch, where are you? Like,
Come to me.
so yeah. So I started kind of like, I don't know. I went through a transformation, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I moved to Queechee. I moved to Jamaica when she died, actually, and then a lot of shit went down, and then I moved back, and I moved to Queechee. And when I was in Queechee, I started seeing some crazy things, like
Really?
shit on the TV. Like, remember the ring where the girl had her
Yeah,
hair
yeah.
like all down like this?
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching hockey, and you could see into the bathroom, and the TV was like right here because Jade was taking a bath because she was little.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching the TV with my friend Jessica, and we're watching the hockey game. Well, Jade was taking a bath, and we are just like, whatever, watching the hockey game. And all of a sudden, it was like snow. Remember snow? It had like antennas, like it
Yeah.
was an old school TV, and it was like snow. And all of a sudden, this like girl's head like sideways popped on the fucking TV. I
What?
swear to God, popped on the TV, right? And her hair was like matted, like she was wet underwater, and like she didn't have teeth. Her mouth was like, this shit is scary. And like she didn't have eyes, and you could see like the creases. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was like you could fucking see it, okay? And I was like,
Holy
I look at Jessica, and Jessica looks at me, and I go, "Do you fucking see that?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I go, and then all of a sudden it stops. And I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to have you draw what you saw, and I'm going to draw what I saw, and
Mm-hmm.
then we're going to talk about it so that nothing gets misconstrued, right?"
Yeah.
She drew the girl with her head this way. I drew the girl with her head this way.
What?
And we were both looking at the
That
same
is
screen.
wild. That is
And then
wild.
she's like, "Okay, bye." I'm like, "What?"
She's like, I'm out of here.
And yeah. And I was just like, I need to dig deeper into this. And it was kind of like the beginning of a rabbit hole of dusting off my cards and bringing them
Mm-hmm.
back out and kind of like,
Getting into it.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it started and it didn't stop.
And you've been on this path ever since.
Yeah.
And then created your
Yeah.
business. When did you start Starship?
I believe I started Starship in 2017.
Oh, wow. That's been a
Yeah.
while. Almost 10
Do
years?
you,
8 years?
yeah. Oh my God. Do you remember? I worked on that missing person case that the people that were found in Texas.
You did?
Do you re
The
yeah,
Rumney
do you re
family?
yeah, so
Yeah.
they reached out to me. So they reached out to me and they were like, "We can't find them." And this shit is crazy. This girl Jamie reached out to me and she was a family friend of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like when I was first discovering my gift. Like, and they're like, "They're missing. They can't, no, we can't find them." And I was like, "Okay, let me just try to see what I can see, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm drawing what looks like to me this open, I don't know, this openness. And I have this little sign and it has three numbers on it. And I'm like, "I don't know what this is." I'm like, "This is what I see." And I send it to them. And all of a sudden, this private investigator is calling me. And he's like,
Wow.
"This is their campsite." And I'm like,
No.
"Well, yeah." And I'm like, "Well, that's where they are." And they're like, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "They're at that sign. There's a sign." I said, "They're there." And so they go with the police and they find her at the sign.
Wow.
And she's like because it was like a sand, it was like a beach or something.
Yeah, it was. I
And
remember
so,
when they announced it. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, it was like a beach or something. And I could just see like, and I felt like I was suffocated. And like, so she's like, they found her, but didn't find him. And I'm like, "Dig deeper." I'm like, "He's in the same exact spot." And they dig deeper and he's right there. And
Wow.
what the
Holy
fuck?
shit. Did that scare you at
Like,
all? I know you
yes,
saw it, but
it's
like,
scary.
were you like, oh my
Hmm.
God, what's going on with me?
Yeah, it scared me a lot. And like, and then they started to ask me questions. This PI was working with the police department, and they started asking me questions about like who did it. And like, I could see this lady that was pregnant, and I was like, "I don't know." I'm like, "I see a lady and a man." I was like, "But she's pregnant." And when they caught them, it was indeed a lady and a man, and she was pregnant.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
it's crazy.
wild. I had no idea you were on that case. Yeah, that was a big deal
Yeah,
here for anyone that's listening. They were
yeah.
from the local area here in New
Hmm.
Hampshire. Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Yep.
wild. What a way to realize what gifts you have and the capability you have of expanding on them. That's
I think
wild.
it's crazy. Like I found a whole handful of dogs. Like it's
Wow.
I don't yeah, I don't know. It's so weird.
If anyone
I,
needs help
I
finding anyone or an animal,
yeah, it's
Alicia's
hard.
your
It takes a
girl.
lot of energy.
I
Yeah, but
bet.
it's worth it. Yeah, it's all remote viewing really is what
Yeah, I
it
was just
is.
gonna
It's
ask you, like, are you conscious or do you do it in sleep
mhm.
state? Like, are you in a trance state?
Mm-mm. Yeah, I definitely channel for
Hmm,
sure. Hmm. Yep.
that makes sense. Yeah. I find that a lot of my stuff comes through in sleep state for me.
Oh,
Um,
not for me.
yeah, sometimes I'll have like little things that come through, but for the most part, it's sleep state for me. But I also try that. Does that make sense? Like, that's when I try
Yeah.
to communicate. So that's
Yeah.
interesting that you can do that. What a First off, it's a very sad story, but what a cool thing that you were able to do to help out the family. That's
Yeah.
incredible. That's
Closure.
incredible.
Yeah.
Hmm. Do you have you done any since then, or is that the one and only right now? Like for
No, I
missing
worked on
people
no,
that you
I
could
worked on
connect
a
with.
couple. No, I worked on there was a man that was missing in Florida, but
Okay.
his daughter was up here.
Hmm.
And um I did I just like could see like where he was, so I gave them that information and they went out and looked in that area and he was there. But I wasn't like he's right here, go find him. Like I just
Yeah.
knew what I could see and what his surroundings were, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Like landmarks
Hmm.
or, like certain trees
Yeah,
or walls or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, and water. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. Since you've done those cases, have your abilities like skyrocketed? Like where do you think you are now compared to where you were, especially when you started Temperance in 2017? Like where do you think you're at now?
I think that I started Starship here, and I feel like I'm here.
Yeah.
Like the amount, like when you work on yourself and you work on healing and you work on, instead of going out and partying, like you taking classes, reading books,
Hmm.
like I've done a lot of self work in the last 10 years. I've sacrificed a lot of old habits, old self, like all of that stuff to get to where I am. And even now, like I still take classes, I still read books, I
Yeah.
still want to learn more because I'll just be sitting here and get a download and be like, okay, well, what does that mean? Like, and I gotta go research it because I'm like, well, I'm not just gonna sit here and then it's a fucking rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It's
You're so
like
right.
I fucking, it's like I knew it the whole time. Like it just
Yes.
brings in really great validation because sometimes you're like, am I, am I crazy?
Yeah.
Like,
You're so right about that. It makes you And I think that's where the ego comes in too. It makes you second guess yourself. And
mm,
sometimes you're like,
mm,
I know I need to go left, but I'm going to go right because what if I'm wrong? And you're like, should have gone left. I knew it. What was I thinking?
mhm.
Yeah. Trust your intuition. It's
Exactly.
something I am working on.
It's hard because
It is.
just like all of this energy stuff and just like all of this, it's you can't see it. It's not like as you decide one day, okay, I'm gonna go through this awakening. It's not like you have a
Right.
tattoo of like a rose bush
Yeah.
that like grows a rose when you completed level one. Like
Right.
you don't know.
That's
Literally, you don't know.
love it.
Like
It's
you
so
have to
true.
just be like you have to recognize your own growth in the moments where you can show old behavior.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes. So, with that being said, what were some obstacles that you ran into that weren't expected? When you started this, you're on your path, you know what you're capable of. What were some things that maybe you didn't realize may have happened that were a little bit difficult, if you don't mind sharing?
Sure. Well, I didn't know, first of all, when I was like, I'm going to be a professional psychic medium because that's my gift and that's my purpose, that I would have to fucking prove myself every single day,
Hmm.
multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Like my credentials are not good enough. Like my credentials are not good enough. You can say that you did this, and this, but if you don't deliver at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and this means nothing.
Yeah. You are so right. Yes. Exactly. And I think with this type of work, too, people want to try to stump you, right?
Always.
Mm-hmm. So I think, I
Or
don't
they'll
know
be
about that.
like, or they'll be like, I put an item in the casket. Tell me what the item is. And
Yeah.
like 9 out of 10 times, I can tell you what that item is, or I can tell you what that item shape was, right?
Yeah.
Like, or I can get close enough, but it's like it did take a lot of time and a lot of practice and a lot of meditation to get like thrown these questions. And it's okay, but it's like I'm proving myself every single day, time after time. Like if I have 8 readings in one day, I'm proving myself 8 different times.
Yeah. That's a lot of energy too
It's
to yeah, to put out
people
there.
don't
No,
realize.
yeah, because I mean, you're putting yourself out there. One, you're doing the reading, that takes energy in itself, but then you having to prove yourself to, for whatever reason, they need
Mhm.
you to prove to them, that's even more energy coming out of you. You,
Yeah.
man,
And
you
it's
must be
okay. Like I
exhausted.
get it. Like some
Yeah.
people want to like know that like I need to know that they're really there. And that's okay. And I'm gonna
Mhm.
do my damnedest to get you what you want and what you need to feel okay, to know that your loved one is okay. Because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, our loved ones, our animals, they're okay. They're
Yeah.
fine. It's us here that are not okay.
Right. On this plane, exactly. Yes.
hmm
You're,
Like they're good.
yep.
In in my in my 10 years of doing this, what I've seen and what I've learned is that when we transcend from our physical body, it's A, because our physical body is beyond physical repair. It just
Hmm.
can't be repaired anymore. And B, we're going to leave worry, fear, shame, guilt, ego, jealousy, all those feelings stay in the physical body. So like
Right.
when you ascend out of, your physical body and transition, it's all unconditional love.
That's love. Yes.
It's love.
Exactly. That's it.
And
The
to be
best
honest,
feeling.
yeah, and to be honest, I've never felt the type of unconditional love here on earth that I feel when I'm channeling for other people, when they're like when your grandma or your mom or your dad or your brother or your whatever loved one is sending unconditional love. I'm just going to cry because there's no words for it. It's a feeling, and it's a feeling that I've never felt here on earth.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Wow.
It's
What a powerful
deep
thing that must feel. Yeah, that is deep. I just have to think about that for a second. That's beautiful. Holy
because we're
shit.
all out here, we're all out here saying unconditional love with a bag full of conditions. Don't
Yeah.
do this. Don't do
Yes.
that. Don't act like that. Don't fucking do that. Don't do this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
those are all conditions. And every
Yes.
human does it. Like, we all do it. Like, I do it. Like,
Yeah. We're human.
we all, we're human. So it's like, but we have to recognize what unconditional love really is
Yes. Yep. Without conditions. Mm-hmm.
without conditions.
Yes. So, were there any books or podcasts? I know that you talked about Dolores. I will definitely link Dolores's YouTube in the show notes because I also follow her and her. I love her speeches. She is an amazing woman. So, good call. But are there any books that you would recommend or that have really enlightened your path on your journey
Sure,
that you're on?
yeah, when I first started, I would, I read this book called The Psychic Self. I don't know who wrote it. I'm
I
so
can look it
bad.
up. It's The Psychic Self.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep, it's called The Psychic Self. And it just kind of was like, holy shit. Like, like, wow, like one of those. And um, Test Whitehouse, is it Whitehouse? I'm so bad with names. I just read books.
Okay. Me too. Yeah,
Um,
just read the book and
she,
get the knowledge.
yeah, she has a ton of books out that are awesome. I have like all of her books too.
Okay.
I'm just like so into Dolores Cannon right now. Like I'm like deep.
Nothing wrong with that. She's a great woman.
I Yeah, and Gaia has a lot of really great lectures too. And I know
Hmm.
lectures are not for everybody, but like if you're just trying to like up your consciousness or, try to have background noise, put on a lecture. YouTube is free. Like all these
Yeah.
people are talking about pretty much the same thing. It's who are you connecting to? Who do
Hmm.
you want to listen to? Who, you know, gives you that motivation to say, yeah, I do want to leave what doesn't serve me so that I can be motivated to get to where I want to be.
Right.
Because, you know, we mold our own reality. So whatever you desire or dream about, even if you think it's too big, it's not too big.
Yes. Thank you. Absolutely. You know, I was scared as shit to do this podcast. Who am I to start a friggin' podcast? You know, I'm Misty from Hillbilly, New Hampshire. Who knows? You know what I mean? So, like, who. It doesn't matter. Just go for whatever it is that's calling you. Like, I was called
Well,
to do this. I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. Okay, I get it. You know, just
and
jump
look
in.
what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Bringing people together to talk about something that maybe isn't completely, you know, accepted by society or, in the program.
Right.
So
But we're here.
once you're aligned with, yeah, and once you're aligned with your purpose, it's gonna work. Will
Yes,
there be bumps or triumphs and tribulations? Yes,
absolutely.
because if we didn't feel that, we wouldn't learn lessons.
Exactly. It can't be the straight and narrow road the whole time of whatever it is you're trying to achieve, because then you're not going to learn anything. You're going to be right exactly where you were when you started. You know?
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
That was a wild ride. That was a lot of energy we just exchanged, I feel. But it was
I mean, I'm
amazing.
at the ocean.
Yes, I love it. So, what advice would you give to someone that wants to deepen their spiritual practice or just gain more knowledge? We talked about YouTube, we talked about some books. Are there any practices that you are willing to share, maybe that someone
Hmm.
could take some notes on?
Yeah. Right. Right. Like, I mean, I don't, if you do anything right, you know, and maybe even try to write your own memoir. Like, I know
Yeah.
that I wrote a memoir and it started my whole shadow work journey because shadow work is not something that you're just going to say, I'm going to work on shadow work today and like, that's it. No, man, like,
Exactly.
shadow work is like, it's dark and it's deep and it's peeling the layers back. And
Hmm.
I just think that when you're ready to step into the shadow work, I think that's when the real work begins.
Yes.
I think it's necessary because that's where the transformation is going to happen.
Yep.
But coming into it, you have to know that, and I'm writing a book right now, actually, and this is what I'm talking about is
Awesome.
the awakening process and, like how it's not all rainbows and butterflies because it's the exact opposite, actually. You're going
Hmm.
to lose everything you love. You're going to lose all your old habits. You're going to lose everything that was connected to your old self. And I fucking mean you're going to lose everything. So
Yeah.
if you're not prepared to lose everything and disconnect from anything physical, you're not
Yeah.
ready to go through the spiritual awakening.
Right. Yeah. Yes. You'll lose friends, you'll lose people that were close to you that you held dear. And that doesn't mean that you're completely broken off from them. It just means that
No,
you're not aligned anymore and
that's right.
you may not talk as often as you once did. But they're always
Hmm.
going to be a part of your life. But it's a great point that you brought up that you're going to lose a shit ton of stuff. It's just how it
Yeah,
is. If
a
you're not
lot. And
like if
yeah,
you're not willing to let it go, you're going to stay at that same starting point. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, write it up,
yeah.
people. Journal, whatever. I'm
Journal.
a big
Yeah,
journaler.
me too. Me too, man. It helps. And, if you don't want to express how you feel to other people or, you know, exchange that energy, get it on I'm a huge ritual fan with
Mm,
moon phases. Full moon, no, new moon, eclipse, everything. Like I'm out here, like burning my paper, like
yes.
writing my shit down with my cinnamon, and I'm out here doing whatever I fucking need to do to release, to
Yeah.
manifest, to say, I'm willing to work hard for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Put it all on the table, and here we are. And this is what I'm
Yeah,
ready to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad I started Starship because I feel like it was one of the first places in the Upper Valley that you could go
Yeah.
and get a reading or go to my little salt cave or have Reiki done.
Hmm.
Or numerology, I just feel like I feel like I held ground on that. Like, I feel like I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there and see if it works. And it was so welcomed and loved. And like, the Upper Valley will always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a great place here. We have a great vibe in the Upper Valley. Like, I think our
yeah,
community here between Vermont and New Hampshire, our little Upper Valley place that we have, is magical. Like, there is something here. You can feel it, you experience it. I've talked about it a couple times now on the pod, talking about the rail trail and how that's
yeah,
its own energy. So
its own energy.
beautiful up here. And we need stuff like that around here, where people who are energetically wanting to grow, maybe they are a medium. I want to grow my mediumship.
Yeah,
I have books. That's something I'm trying to work on. That's why I try to channel at night so I can,
yeah,
expand on that. So
yeah.
it's good to have those places around here because we are so small, but there's people out here that are willing to go to those places. So it was the gem of the Upper Valley. Definitely. Is it still open? I think it is. Is it still open up here? Do you have a different
Starship.
location?
So, no, so I closed it in April
Oh,
and
okay.
everything is virtual now.
Mm-hmm.
I do book like in-person groups. So if you want and I fly too. So like if you wanted to have like a group of 20, I would go to New Hampshire and do a group of 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's tell
Mhm.
the folks where they can find you. Where can people find you?
You can find me at my website at www.starshiptemperance.com with two R's. You can Google psychic medium and I pop right up. Um, I'm also on social medias under Starship Temperance or Alicia Rawson.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. This was fantastic. Like, I feel the energy, man. I love it so much. I I think virtual readings and virtual experiences like this kind of get a bad rap sometimes because people think that energy cannot be exchanged. That is not true. It
It's
is
not
not
true.
true.
I have my best readings virtually.
Me too.
Yep.
Absolutely, hands down.
Yep.
Agreed. Agreed. Well, thank you so much for coming on. This has been so awesome and enlightening
Yeah.
for me. We are
Yeah,
doing our first
good.
video recording, so thank you for partaking. Appreciate
Yeah, of
it.
course. I'm just like
It's
sweating my ass off, so my glasses keep falling. It's
well, you're in
so
a beautiful
hot. I'm
place.
like,
It's worth it. It was warm here today in New
definitely.
Hampshire. We were in the 80s today, so it's still warm up
Oh,
here.
that's a good day.
Yeah, it was beautiful today. This weekend's supposed to be amazing. So, good weather
I bet
where
it's
you are.
95
Beautiful
out.
weather here. Can't beat it. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you again. And I will
Of
link everything
course.
in the show notes. Um, I don't think I thought I had a thought, and now it's gone. I guess it wasn't meant to come out. Thank you so much.
Of course, girl. You're doing an awesome job. You're gonna do
Thank
great
you.
things.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I feel it.
Of course.
I love it.
Yeah. Keep doing it. And when you feel like quitting or start questioning, you keep going. When you're crying in fetal position, you keep going.
Thank you. I'll take that. It's right here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, girl.
All right. You take care.
All right, take care.
Thanks.